welcome to 1923 Main Street.
Home of the Daddy, Daughter, Disney Travel Podcast. We're your hosts.
I am Mike Belobradic.
And I'm Amelia Belobradic. And today, it's the shopper's guide to Walt Disney World.
Yes.
As we take you around parks, resorts, and even Disney Springs to find the best places to shop till you drop.
And it just made sense. Look at our last couple of episodes. We talked about food. We talked about in-park experiences. So, listen, other than food, what's the next best thing to do? Shop.
What do you mean other than food? The best thing to do is shop.
So shopping is better than rides and attractions?
Well, no, but you said other than food.
It's true. Although if you're like...
Is food better than
if
rides
you're
and
like
attractions?
some people I know and some family members, they would say yes, shopping and food is better than rides and attractions. So let's jump right in. As you said, let's start with the parks, of course. Why not? So if you've never been before to
Please
Walt
go.
Disney World, please go when you feel comfortable. And don't forget that shopping is a big part of the experience. And not just souvenirs. It's come a long, long way since the old days when it was just Disney branded stuff. And we'll talk about all that, our favorite spots in each park and everywhere else, and even some tips. Now, we did talk about one tip in a past episode for children, the allowance tip. I don't know if you just want to refresh us on that, because it's a good thing to do to keep your kids a little bit in line with shopping. It worked with you, so why don't you share it now that you're a bit older?
Hi, parents. Do you have kids? When you go on vacation, do they want every toy they see? I now submit to you the allowance tip. Give your children a budget. It'll cause them to really reconsider what they want. You can give a certain budget and say they can buy whatever they want. As long as you don't care what they buy, they'll be more careful. I promise. Now, I do recommend, if they are small children, give them an allowance for their stuffy. Duffy and Shelley May clothes are quite expensive.
I think you've been watching too much WandaVision, because that sounded like a commercial.
Yes, that was the intended point.
So the allowance tip did work, and it was amazing to see Amelia sort of start reconsidering, not just, I want this, I want that, I want this. We said, you can get anything you want. Here's your budget, $50 or $100. I forget what we gave her over the week, and it worked. So,
and that's the thing. You have to let them get whatever they want, because if you're still trying to control what they buy, it's not going to work.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, let's dive in. Let's start with Magic Kingdom. Now, if you recall in the dining episode, we talked about how many restaurants or dining establishments, rather, there were in each park. So we're doing the same thing here, and it's...
And, I feel like it mirrors it surprisingly well.
Yeah.
I'd expect it for food, but I would not have guessed this for parks.
So Magic Kingdom, how many shops?
34.
So there are 34 shops in Magic Kingdom.
Which is quite similar to its 39 food establishments.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Do you want me to start with some of my favorites, and then we can talk more about it?
Yeah, but at Magic Kingdom, there's the few shops, right, that everyone knows. But as you get deeper into the park, there's some little hidden gems that most people probably don't know about.
Yeah, and this is the thing about... Okay, so let's start. The Emporium. When you walk into the Magic Kingdom...
Everyone knows the Emporium.
Knows the Emporium. It's on the left side, and they have different names on the outside, but we just call the whole left side of the street the Emporium. Yeah. And this type of shop, you can find the same Disney stuff everywhere in every park and all that sort of stuff. So every park has a version of this type of store, although some are better than others. The Emporium is pretty good because it's pretty big. It's got a little bit of everything, from kitchenware to clothing. There's the men's area is good. The women's area is good. There's stuffies. There's pretty much everything. It's like a Minnie Mouse gear, which we'll get into later.
Yeah. So
the Emporium on the left side of the street. The more interesting side of Main Street USA is the other side. There are lots of little, almost type of specialty shops. People veer to the left because you can walk the whole block of the Emporium.
Especially if it's raining.
Yeah, but the right side has got some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, the right side has, like candy stores and special. There's also there's more expensive jewelry and stuff on this side of the street. And also there's food shops. So the right side of the street is a little bit, it differentiates within that side of the street, whereas the left side is just a straight stretch of...
You know what it's like?
Mickey merch.
It's like the left side of the street's the mall, and the right side of the street are the specialty shops.
Yeah.
Because you're right. So let me run down them quickly. The first one is the Chapeau, where if you want to buy Mickey ears or any sort of headwear, go there. And that's also where the phone is that we talked about in an episode.
Oh, yeah.
That is a fun thing. Pick up the payphone in that shop. Kids are going to stop knowing what payphones even are.
What's a payphone?
Yeah, exactly. It's the thing you picked up.
Why did it pay?
Before cell phones, you would go to a street corner, put in a dime and then a quarter. And
I thought that was just on TV.
well, yeah, it still is. So the shop next to that is the confectionery. So if you want any sort of candy, and they do make candy live in front of you, so it's pretty cool to go in there.
I'll give you that. That's an interesting
Even
experience.
if you don't want to buy anything. And then also on the street there is Crystal Arts, which is sort of the art shop. And there's some pretty cool stuff and prints and little things, original
pretty expensive stuff there.
Yeah. Well, it's not the jewelry store. That's next to it.
Oh, no.
And I like how you said that. So Uptown Jewelers, that's the one. So I like how you said that. In the Emporium, it's sort of $20 jewelry.
Yeah, and it's not bad quality. It's just it's
you can
not
get the silver
super...
necklaces, or silver plated, or wherever they are, and they last a long time. But if you want something finer, or the bags, that store also has designer bags and that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah, they have Disney eggs too. So it's still Disney merch, but it's more upscale.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's some non-Disney merch in there too, but a lot of mostly Disney. So that's Main Street. But then as you get deeper into their park, there are more specialty. There's really everything, pin shops and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite shop in the Magic Kingdom?
Probably the Emporium, I'm not going to lie. Just because it has everything. And I feel like there's so much you could buy there. It has phone cases.
My favorite shop in the Magic Kingdom is Memento Mori.
Really?
Yeah. Used to be Yankee Trader, which was sort of boring, but now it is the Haunted Mansion shop. And I love it. It's small, but I just love the cool Haunted Mansion merch. So definitely go to Memento Mori. There's a couple of other cool little shops.
To be honest, I find that shop a bit creepy.
Yeah, well, that's good. I think they're going for creepy. So I think they're going to like that you find it creepy. Remember the Space Mountain, almost all the rides, when you exit, go through a shop. The one at Space Mountain has a lot of phone cases, so you can customize.
I love that shop too, actually. That's really good.
Other than that, Tomorrowland, the shops are okay, Star Traders and those sorts of things, but they're average to me. Another one that I think is really, it's on the newer side with New Fantasyland, is Big Top Souvenirs.
Oh, yeah.
That huge tent, it's massive. And if you're looking for more almost kid-like or stuffies or clothing, versus the Emporium is a bit more crowded. That's the one thing I don't like about it. And it's more Big Top Souvenirs is less crowded, more open, a lot of good stuff. And they also have a lot of food in there in the center. So definitely check out Big Top Souvenirs.
Oh, yeah.
And one thing I like that I don't think we've ever bought in Liberty Square has some cool stuff. So they got Memento Mori. They have the parasol cart.
Oh, you mean you want to buy the thing that I've been asking for?
I never buy them, but I think they're so cool. They're almost Mary Poppins-like or sort of Victorian parasols, and they sell them at this little cart. And I just like it. I think it's cool. I think they do. They might do some of those silhouettes in that area as well. And then the other main big shop in that area is Ye Old Christmas Shop.
Yeah. As you can tell, this is not a year-round shop. It's more...
It is year.
I know,
round.
but it's not like you could buy something there that you would use.
I know. We go there in July, and even though we need Christmas stuff,
it's Christmas in July.
I know, but we just don't feel like buying it for some reason. But Magic Kingdom, pretty good shops all in all. There's my favorite pin shop is the one in Frontierland. We did lose a good shop. There used to be one in Adventureland that they now changed to more of a sunglassy place. It used to be pretty cool, have the hopscotch in it, but it's gone, so let's forget about it.
Yeah, but sunglasses.
Yeah.
They have some cute shades.
Yeah, they've cropped up here and there. So let's move on now to the next park.
Epcot. And like dining, I feel like you'd expect Epcot to have a lot more, but shops, I really wasn't prepared for it to have as many shops as it does. It has 53 shops. What's that about? I feel like, and it has actually 5 less shops than dining establishments, similar to the Magic Kingdom.
And I think it's just like the dining, because a lot of those shops are located in the World Showcase countries. And I love those shops. Again, we need to spend more time in them.
Yes. Can we just spend a day walking around Epcot?
If you'll allow us to, because
Not during Flower and Garden. I'm not going and staring at the flowers.
It's a better time of year, though, because it's not as hot in March. Okay, so my favorite shops in Epcot. Well, there's Mouse Gear, obviously. So Mouse Gear is, every park almost has one of these gigantic.
Yeah, I feel like Mouse Gear might even be a bit better than the Emporium, in my opinion, because there's lots of stuff. Like one year, I wanted this flower like belt bag, and it was a bag, but I could not find it at the Magic Kingdom. I couldn't find it anywhere, and they had it in Mouse Gear.
I would agree. Mouse Gear rivals World of Disney, which we'll get to as far as I'm concerned, and hopefully it stays that way.
It's a lot bigger than it appears, because Emporium, it looks big because it goes all the way down the street, but I feel Mouse Gear's deceptive.
It's more open too. Emporium just gets if there's any crowd in there, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Especially if they're wet, rainy crowds. That's and hot, wet, raining crowds.
And ponchos.
Yeah, and ponchos, the dreaded ponchos. The shops I like in the countries are all in France. I like L'Esprit de la Provence, Le Vin de France, so you can buy wine in the France shop. England has that Lords and Ladies. It's sort of nice. I don't love this one, but I know a lot of people do. The Mitsukoshi, that's what it is. Mitsukoshi, it's a department store in Japan. It's pretty big, and if you're into that sort of Japanese type of shopping experience, it's pretty authentic, so definitely go there. And then there's some cool ones, like the Casablanca Carpets shop in Morocco. And then, of course, in the Canada Pavilion, we can't leave that out.
Northwest Mercantile.
Yes. And I just sort of, as Canadians, we like to go there just to see what they have.
It's very stereotypical.
It is, but it's actually not bad. They do have some local brands in there.
Just FYI, we don't all live in igloos, just so you know.
And we don't all like Tim Hortons coffee.
We have houses.
I'm a Starbucks person myself when it comes to chain coffee, but the Tim Hortons, they do have it in there, and it is authentic Canadian. So lots of shopping at Epcot, and then there's a lot of more little shops, but Mouse Gear really is the main one. There's a lot of stalls, the sort of shopping stalls in Epcot, the carts. But definitely spend some time in World Showcase shops, and we could do a whole episode going through every one, but we're not going to do that today. So Epcot, far and away the most shops of all. Hollywood Studios
has probably a bit more than you'd think, because, I don't know, I feel like, in my opinion, when I think of Hollywood, it's really bare, but it actually has a decent amount of shops.
And I'll say Galaxy's Edge bumped it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because
those shops are cool.
Yeah, I gotta say, Hollywood Studios has some pretty interesting shops for a park that's lacking in food.
Yeah.
So there were 3 new shops, the Black Spire Outfitters, Doc Ondar's, Den of Antiquities, and of course the Droid Depot, where you can build your own droid.
And Tatooine Traders.
Yeah, Tatooine Traders by Star Tours. So that's true. There's at least 4 Star Wars themed shops in Hollywood Studios. One thing I'm sad about is that Sid Cahuenga's, which is right by the opening on the left, the front gate, used to be a place where you could get really cool, old, authentic, original pieces of art and frames and cells from Disney films. And now it's just turned into, I don't know, guest services or a photo shop or something. So it used to be great. But one I really love is at the end of Tower of Terror.
Yeah, that's a cool shop because just like Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and Epcot actually too, lots of rides have shops that are related to them, and I think Tower of Terror does a really good job of that.
Yeah, Tower Hotel Gifts it's called, and if you like Tower of Terror stuff as well, I think that's why they made Memento Mori into a Haunted Mansion shop because it didn't really have one. But Tower Hotel Gifts, really cool. If you like Tower, you can't miss it because you have to go through it.
There's hats, shirts.
Yeah, but we've got quite a few things in our Disney Resort North and the Underground. We've got the little bell, the bell from the front desk, those sorts of things. And then on Hollywood Boulevard, the main street, there's the Celebrity 5 and 10 and Keystone Clothiers on the left and right side. The right side, that shop on the right on the main drag, has really good kitchen stuff. It's one of the best kitchenware.
Yeah, you love that shop.
Yeah, if you want kitchen-y stuff, it's great. It seems like there's more than the Emporium to me. And
Rockin' has music-y stuff, too.
Yeah, the Rockin' shop, cool drumsticks and all that sort of thing. We'll see if that changes, if the ride theme changes, at least out of Aerosmith. And then one I like, before we move on, so Hollywood Studios definitely well worth shopping, is way back in the animation courtyard, ever since you were a kid, is the in-character shop. It's not that big, but it has some cool sort of stuff for kids.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a great little shop. I like it.
And moving on to Animal Kingdom.
The final park. This one surprised me a bit.
30 shops. You would not think that.
I thought it would have less, just like the dining.
If you really think about it, Animal Kingdom actually has some decent shops. Like the Pandora shop, I like.
Do you?
I do.
I think it looks neat. I don't really love it that much.
Well, because you can get the dolls and the banshees.
Yeah,
and
we got...
and like the merch, like I got the binoculars.
Actually, that's true. There are some cool things. We do have a few things from that shop. But you know, the one I like, talking about ride shops, is the Everest. And I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
I had to look it up. You know, a lot of these, I didn't know it was called the Circa Zong Bazaar.
No one really knows what they're called.
I just looked it up for this episode, but I love that Everest shop. There's some cool little
Hey,
stuff.
you want to go to the Circa Zong Bazaar?
Yeah, exactly. I'd go, the what now? And just like the Avatar one, Wind Traders. But you know what ones I did know and do like? Here's the thing about Animal Kingdom. Because it's set up as it is, like an Animal Kingdom with Asia and Africa and all those areas, there are many marketplace it's different types of shops.
Yeah.
And that Mombasa marketplace where they sell the drums and there's a guy carving original artwork outside. I love that shop.
The marketplace is really cool, but I feel it has like less indoor shops. So if it's raining, which every time we seem to go to Animal Kingdom, it does.
Well, that one's indoor, but it's open.
Yeah.
But it's indoor, so it's not... you still get a bit of air conditioning, but at least it's covered. And it's all... If you want that African-themed stuff, definitely go there. There's some sort of Disneyfied... That's where you'd get those sort of ears with leopard prints and stuff like that. And, you know, you bought those leopard print water bottle holders. Yeah, they have authentic sort of African-style dresses.
I do like the dresses.
They're not all Disney-themed. If you want the Disney-themed stuff, you go to that Discover Trading Company and Island Mercantile. Those are the ones, when you come through Discovery Island, you sort of see right away, right by the Tree of Life. Those are their main sort of emporium, mouse gear type of shops.
Yeah. And so I feel we should come back to Disney Springs. What do you think?
Well... I don't think so. Let's go. Okay, let's go first of all through the hotels, and I'll go quickly through these because I'll just give you my
There's
take.
not really a lot.
The value hotels really have almost nothing. They just have a teeny little shop.
Yeah.
The moderate hotels each have sort of one little store, and some of them are okay. So Caribbean Beach, Coronado, Port Orleans, French Quarter, and Riverside, they each have one little shop. But you know what my favorite is in this category?
What?
Fort Wilderness. There are two trading posts at Fort Wilderness that I love, and maybe it's nostalgic for me, but they have that sort of Daniel Boone, Old West type of frontier stuff.
No, I actually like those shops. I have two cute little Chippendale stuffies.
Yeah, definitely go there. And my tip for this is if you're ever on site and for whatever reason you need groceries and you don't want to get in an Uber and go to a grocery store off site, head to Fort Wilderness because both trading posts have the most type of grocery items.
You wouldn't
because
think,
it's a campground
yeah.
and campers need some stuff. They'll have it there.
They do.
You know, so definitely check out Fort Wilderness.
If you're traveling there and you walk in and you see some grocery items, you might be a little shocked. But I mean, if you need them, it's right there.
And now, for the deluxe resorts. And again, we talked about the hotels. One of the benefits of the deluxe resorts is that they actually do have multiple shops in most cases.
So many shops.
So the boardwalk has the whole boardwalk.
Yeah,
okay, let's start with the boardwalk. The best shop there for me is the one called Screen Door General Store.
Mm-hmm.
It's right on the boardwalk. It's sort of right in the middle. It's their version of one of those general type of Disney stores.
It's a general store.
Hey, it's right there in the name, folks. But it's a good shop. I like it. So definitely check that out. Contemporary. I mean, I'm just sort of going in order here, but I'm going to say, I think, and I never dawned on me till I was thinking about this episode. I think it's the best deluxe resort for shops because it has the Fantasia Market is just their little marketplace where they have
Fantasia.
food. But the Fantasia is the sort of Toy Story.
I love
not
that
Toy
shop.
Story, Toy Store like shop, and that's where they have their phone cases and things like that.
I love Fantasia.
And then right across from that is Bayview Gifts or BVG, and it doesn't stand for Buena Vista. It's Bayview Gifts. That's a great shop too. They have jewelry, clothing, kitchen stuff, but it's fairly large.
Everyone likes to spend such long times in there.
It's a good store, yeah. And I'm going to compare this right now to Grand Floridian because while I love the Grand Floridian, as you know,
shops aren't really.
Well, they've combined the men's and women's into one, which I don't like. They've just made it smaller. There's good stuff, but it's too small. It's now called Curiouser Clothiers. And M Mouse Mercantile is not a good store. It's their little toy store version, the version of Fantasia.
It's okay, but it's just
Fantasia's much better.
Yeah.
I think I like it least. And then, but base and white, people will like that. That's the sort of, what do they sell? Soaps and sort of things there. It's upstairs. It's a lot of people like that shop. You can smell it, that's for sure. And then the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, since they opened that, there's a little shop there. So, and then they have the Sandy Cove Gifts, sort of the general store. So there are a lot of shops, the more than any other resort. But I still think for a shopping experience at our deluxe resort, Contemporary is my favorite.
But I mean, if you're going to a deluxe resort, you're not going there for the shops.
Yeah. But I wouldn't make a trip there to shop unless you want to go to Basin White. The clothing store is good. There's some very high-end, like Tommy Bahama stuff, but other places have it too. Like right next door, which I think also is better, and I'm not sure if you agree, but I do, is the Polynesian shopping.
The Polynesian I think is worse than the Grand Floridian.
No, I don't. Boutique, I think, is a much better shop on the main floor.
I think there's really Boutique is okay, but there's not that much in it. And the Moana shop upstairs
Moana Mercantile.
Does not.
That's their toy store sort of one, and connected to it is their little sundries shop.
It does not reach my expectations.
So I would disagree. And then the last one in that area is Wilderness Lodge, and it only has one. The Wilderness Lodge Mercantile. It's okay, though. There's some cool Wilderness Lodge stuff. I wouldn't make a special trip there just for that shop, though, was what I'm getting at. But if you're in the area, but see, it's not even on the monorail line, so it's a little bit tough. Animal Kingdom has a couple of good shops, Zawadi Marketplace and Johari Treasures, but it's Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
So, again, I personally am not going to make the effort to get there just to go to those shops. However, if you're there for dining or you're staying there or something, definitely go.
They're good shops.
They're good shops. So
the location. Come on, Disney. Location.
And then we're going to round it out quickly with the last few. So Riviera only has one La Boutique. It's okay. I mean, if you're there, you wouldn't go. Same idea. It's an interesting shop, but they're a little lacking. A lot of these Diva Sea resorts only have one. I will say my favorite of these is Old Key West, Conch Flats General Store. It's a really good shop.
I know.
And really look around. Look up at the ceiling. There's all sorts of cool things there.
It pleasantly surprised me.
And then over at Saratoga, they have Artist Palette, which is, again, it's actually pretty good. They also have a pro shop there. So if you want golf stuff and sporting stuff, and I think there's one near the Polynesian too because of all the golf courses. So that's where you go for those. And then finally, Yacht Club and Beach Club. The Beach Club has the Beach Club Marketplace, which is okay. But one of my favorite shops of all deluxe resorts is the Yacht Club.
Club's good.
Yeah. The Market at Ale and Compass, it's called now. It's a great shop, and it's not really that crowded ever, just like the Yacht Club is generally quieter than Beach Club. So tons of shopping at deluxe resorts. Don't forget about them. And one thing I want to add, here's my tip for resorts, especially at the deluxe resorts. You can buy things that are in your room in many cases. Just like Sheraton or whoever it is sells their mattress if you want it. If you like the bedside lamps, the elaborate carved Mickeys or whatever they are, and they're all different, they're themed, ask, because a lot of times they're for sale. Not the ones in your room, but you can buy those things. They are super expensive, several $100s.
Yeah, but if you really like them, you can buy them. I also want to mention Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach also do have shops, but it's your basic bathing suits, sunscreen, flip-flops. But I mean, if you're there and you're lacking like goggles or something, it's there if you need it.
They're not huge gift shops like a lot of the other ones, but they are there.
If you forget something and
if
you
you're
need to buy it.
They do have shops, so if you haven't been there and you're wondering, can I get this stuff there? You can.
Yes, you can.
They sell sunglasses and copper tone. They do sell some gifts, but not a ton because it's a water park. All right.
Your tip, I have a tip for the park, and if you're going somewhere, leave shopping until after rides.
Actually, that's a great tip. Especially if you follow our general advice, which is get to the parks early. Do not be tempted by the Emporium.
Lug stuff around all day.
Do it on your way out.
The Emporium will not have 3-hour lines, I promise you.
Yeah, even if it's crowded. Yeah, don't waste your early morning hours in a shop, unless that's all you're going to do. Go to rides first, save shopping till exiting the park or after a ride when you're walking through the shop. Good tip. And I'm going to do one other tip about shops. If you are looking for high demand items, what's the tip?
You have to ask them, you have to ask one of the workers if they have it in the back.
Yeah, for example, when the original Frozen came out,
that Elsa dress was so hard to find.
Were impossible to find, and they were going like hotcakes. So one thing I'll say is when you go to Disney World and you shop in the shops there are Disney Parks editions of the clothing. So it's not the same princess dress you buy in the Disney store or Walmart.
It's better.
They're higher end, they're much better quality, and if you go to the Grand Floridian, you can buy a truly couture version for $300 or $400
I
of
never
princess
got to
dresses.
purchase such.
But they will stop keeping them out because eBay
they go
pirates
like
and others
hotcakes.
are coming and buying 10 of them. So you ask, and this worked for us. It was at Sir Mickey's in the Magic Kingdom, and they went behind into the back room and brought us out the dress in the size we wanted. So always ask if there's a high demand item and you don't see it, because they will take them off the floor too.
And it might not always work, but I mean, it's worth an ask.
It's definitely worth an ask. All right. Now, many years ago, we had the Lake Buena Vista Shopping Village. Then we had Downtown Disney, and they were okay for shopping. But now, with Disney Springs in its current iteration,
102 shops.
102 places to buy stuff.
And
Holy
man,
cow.
I could spend an entire day at Disney Springs.
Now, we're going to do a Disney Springs dining episode because we didn't cover that. And we're going to think back to
We
this
should just
when we
do
see
a
how
Disney
many.
Springs episode.
Yeah, maybe we will. But let's talk
deserves.
about, in the time we have left, the shopping at Disney Springs, because since they've redone this new version of Disney Springs and it's, in place now, COVID aside, the shopping there is unbelievable. It's really good. And there's everything from basic Disney stuff. So World of Disney is, of course, the anchor store. If you want Disney stuff, that's where you're going. But it's not the only one by a long shot. But there's a Lululemon there now.
Yeah, there's like actual brand name shops. There's like Zara, and there's like actual
Kate
shops.
Spade, Ron John, Volcom, like sporting stuff wherever you want.
Stuff you would find not at Disney. So there's also that if you're actually looking for, like shopping. That's a very bad explanation.
And I have some favorites. So the Art of Disney there is quite good if you like that stuff. A few cool shops. You know the one with where you can sit inside the teacup?
Yeah, Disney Styles.
Yeah, that's a great shop. That Disney Style shop's a really good shop. Probably my favorite place there at all is the Marketplace Co-op. The Marketplace Co-op, it's next to Trendy, but it's sort of like an indoor, they sort of set it up, I don't know, like a flea market, but it's got the Bose candles in there. So let me tell you something. We talk about candles, and there's all these candle companies online, and none of them smell like what they say they smell like in my experience. But Bose candles are the official Disney suppliers. And while they don't name them, Grand Lobby or any of these hokey names, if you ask them, they will tell you which ones have a scent similar. So I can't wait to go there and pick some more up. Also in there is the Cherry Tree Lane Dress Shop, D-Tech for phone cases, 28 in Maine for sort of cool men's-inspired stuff. Really good area.
Trendy, Uniqlo, all that stuff.
Yeah, Uniqlo's a great store. Now, Amelia's come into her Marvel years, and I was joking with her saying, I bet you there's one shop you're going to want to go to now.
The superhero shop.
The Superhero HQ. It's near the Star Wars shop.
That's a thing.
Yeah,
lots of.
So if you want Marvel or superhero stuff, definitely go there.
Go there.
And then there's a lot of sort of I don't know if they're big chains or not, but they're sort of cooler, more intimate shops. One is that Sugar Boo. And Sugar Boo is that one, the covered area? And that little cool shop it's not Disney stuff at all. It's just unique little doodads. I don't know how to describe it. Cute stuff. Not clothing. It's a great shop. And then if you want jewelry, nice rings and Disney jewelry, there's a lot, but that Ever After jewelry is another great shop. So Disney Springs, I mean, we can't go through all 102.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just everything there. And pins. Like it's a pin paradise in so many places. There's a giant pin store there.
But I want to know, what's your favorite shop at Walt Disney World? Everywhere.
Oh, I have to think about that. I mean, it would be different. I could say my favorite big shop is probably Mouse Gear.
Yeah, Mouse Gear. It's the best department store type thing.
I think my favorite unique shop is Memento Mori.
Really?
Yeah, in the Magic Kingdom. And I don't know if I have an in-between. What's your favorite? Big and small.
Big, obviously, Mouse Gear. I feel like it's the biggest. It has like bagged. It has everything. I think I'd rather go there than World of Disney, to be honest.
I feel the same way in some strange way. I think it's small right now, but hopefully it gets back to its full size after they're finished.
But then I feel like Disney Springs just has like so many little like souvenir shops where they're like cute fashion, cute jewelry, inexpensive little stuff.
They have a lot of candy there too. They have the Candy Cauldron, the M&M store. I mean, even the candy store, Ghirardelli, the chocolate shop there. There's so much stuff there.
Yeah, but I don't know the exact name, but the little boutique style stuff at Disney Springs, I really like those because they're pretty inexpensive.
Yeah.
But Disney Springs would obviously be the best place for me, in my opinion, to shop.
What is your recommended park? So this happens. Let's say you're on your last day and you want to buy stuff. Which park would you tell someone to go to shop?
Disney Springs, Disney Springs, Disney Springs.
Which park, though?
Oh.
Theme park.
Well, what do they want?
It's their last day. They want a bit of everything because the theme parks have a bit of everything.
Epcot.
Yeah, it's a tough call.
It has the most. I was leaning towards Magic because of Emporium, but then most gear.
I'm the same. Epcot or MK, I would say. Unless you specifically want something at the other two.
If you know that you had something and your parents advised you not to buy it, but it's the last day and you still want it and it's at a specific park.
And the thing is, when you're looking for those Disney souvenirs, they can be sold out in one location, but available at another. So
that's exactly what happens to us a lot.
Yeah. So it is true. We seem to spend a good portion of every trip
shopping,
either for us or friends back home who've put in requests, going from store to store looking for these ears that someone saw on Instagram, and you know who I'm talking about. I'm just kidding. We love doing that. We love hunting stuff down.
I love hunting stuff down.
We're souvenir hunters.
And then I'm always the best at it, just saying.
And I want to close out as we get to the end here because we like to keep our shows on point for you. There is one more location. The Disney Character Warehouse, to be official.
It's not in Disney parks,
yes.
but it has lots of Disney stuff. I don't know how you put it. It has a bit of everything.
So the Disney Character Warehouse is in that Vineland Outlet Mall, and it is where Disney sells off their overstock.
It's really cheap.
It's super cheap, and there's stuff from Disneyland and Disney Cruise Line and everything. The only glitch with it now is eBay pirates again. Yes, I do not like you. And they come in this store and just fill carts, and I wish they would ban them from these shops. I really do. So I think we should start pressuring Disney to crack down on this, or only one item per person, something like that. But that aside, 5 years ago, it wasn't that well known. Now it's a zoo at times. There's almost lineups like rides. So if you really want, it's worth going, and you never know what they're going to get there. And sometimes there's stuff that's still in parks somewhere for like $5.
Princess dresses, or like I got a 50th anniversary stuffy for so cheap.
For $5. That used to be 50 or 60. Yeah. And the prices are on them, so you can see. And you remember seeing this in parks.
Yeah.
I paid $450 for a leather jacket once, and it was there for $100 a couple of years later. So definitely, if you're going to go there, go early, go there right away, and then just get out of the Vine. Because the Vineland, that mall gets busy anyway. But Character Warehouse, a little bit more well-known and more crowded than it used to be. But you still can get good finds, finds, F-I-N-D-S, for pretty cheap there. So if you feel like going off-site or you have a car, you might want to check it out. It's not that far, but I wouldn't make a special trip if I didn't have a car.
But overall, Disney shopping is better than you'd expect. It's actually
you can
on
tell,
point.
Yeah. We've been talking nonstop for 30 minutes here, and we still didn't scratch the surface. But we hope it gave you a good idea into Disney shopping. Share with us some of your favorite shops and finds and secrets if you don't mind giving them away. And we'll do some deeper episodes in the future. So thanks for joining us. Check us out online at 1923 Main Street on social media. Follow along with us. Reach out to us. We love hearing from you. Thank you for listening to the show, and have a magical day, everyone.
Bye.